what if I told you that there were ways for anyone to become a better pilot for free? Would you believe me? Watch this. Let's go! Boom! Bettering yourself as a pilot can be a very expensive endeavor. However, there are always strategic things that you can do, free things that you can do to make anyone get better as a pilot. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video right here. After you walk away from watching this video, you're going to have 3 free 99 ways of things that you can do and incorporate into your life that can make you a better pilot, regardless of what level and stage you are at. Here we go. Let's get into that thing. Let's go. Boom! When we're talking about free ways for you to better yourself as a pilot and become better as a pilot, the number one thing, numero uno, that you can do for free 99 is chair fly. Incredibly underrated. If you're not familiar with chair flying, all you're simply doing with chair flying, and one of the things that you want to do, particularly if you want to make it cost effective, you can easily go to a flight simulator. But flight simulators cost money. So we're talking about the freeway. And the freeway would be just simply chair flying. All you have to do this is whatever aircraft that you love to fly. Go onto Google and Google the cockpit image of that aircraft. Once you have that aircraft image and it looks exactly like the aircraft that you fly, download that image to your laptop. Once you download that image, then prop that image up on your laptop. Now it's as if you're in the cockpit. You're looking exactly like you would look inside the aircraft that you fly. And you want to take that image and you just want to go through a lot of different sequences. You can work this thing a variety of different ways. For example, let's just say you're in the cockpit and practice doing simple things like, for example, starting up the aircraft. How would you start it up? How would you prime everything? How would you get everything ready? How would you set up your avionics, etc., etc.? After you've done those kinds of things, then maybe practice a few laps in the pattern. What would you do on a short field takeoff? What would you do on a soft field landing? Where would your flaps be? The cockpit and everything is right in front of you while you're looking at it. You're literally cheering it. You're sitting in a chair, looking at your laptop and going through the entire sequence of events, imagining and visualizing yourself. Visualization is very important to achieving pretty much anything in life. You're visualizing yourself in the pattern, in the sequence, going through the maneuvers as you're taking off, as you're landing, as you're doing a variety of different things. You're doing call outs. That's also something that's very key. Verbalizing things, because our body has a tendency to respond with the words that are coming out of our mouth. So you're talking about 10 degrees of flaps here, and you're reaching for it as if you would put in 10 degrees of flaps. You're talking about pulling the power back to 1700 here, because that's exactly where you would have it if you were in the aircraft. Verbalizing, muscle memory, all while looking at that laptop as if you're in the cockpit and you're practicing those maneuvers. You can do this for starting the aircraft and exiting the aircraft. You can do this for, of course, on your landings and your takeoffs. You can do this for all of your maneuvers, power on stalls, power off stalls. Anything that you do in the aircraft, this can be practiced. This is very critical and it's often overlooked simply because, hey, it feels good to be inside the aircraft more so than sitting in front of a chair and looking at a laptop. But remember this one key component. The more that you learn on the ground, the better it's going to be for you. The less you have to learn in the air. If you try to learn everything in the air, the more expensive it's going to be. So this can trim a lot of hours off your actual training time in the aircraft because you took the time to ingrain the right things inside of your muscle memory, inside of your mind, while you were on the ground chair flying for free. This is why this is a critical part, and it's number one to do pretty much anything when it comes to free ways that you can become a better pilot. And it can happen at regardless of what level you are. We're trying to get an advanced rating, you can chair flying still applies. You just flying for fun, chair, and you want to stay proficient, chair flying applies. Always applying and always utilizing this great tool that you have right before you. Boom! Numero dos on the list of some of the best ways, the free ways for you to become, you and me, and everyone watching this video, to become a better pilot. Download and listen to the LiveATC app. It is a free app because we're talking about free ways to become better. Free 99, baby. You download that app and you can listen to any tower or ground pretty much at any airport around the world. This is incredibly invaluable, and this is how you can use that tool. Let's just say you tap in, you download the app, you got everything working, and you tap into, of course, the ground or maybe the tower on your local airport where you're home base and you fly out of. And you just start listening to the tower as their tower's communicating with people who's taking off, communicating with people who's landing, etc. And you're listening to a variety of different things. What you're going to immediately notice is that a lot of the calls are the same. A lot of them are the same. They're telling if someone's coming eastbound and coming into the airport area, they're telling them a lot of the same things. If they're coming from the north, they're telling them a lot of the same things. If they're flying a certain type of aircraft, they're telling them a lot of the same things. This is the kind of sequence that you want to become familiar with. So when you actually go to that home airport and you're practicing, you're doing your training, you're already familiar with the calls. The likelihood of them giving you a very similar call is very high. So that's why that's a great way for you to get familiar with the flow. You're listening in, you're hearing other people on the radios, and when you hear ATC chime in on that app, ask yourself, what would you say? What would be your response back? That's a great free way for you to get better. You can listen to approaches on that, various other kinds of things, because you're going to notice that a lot of the radio calls, particularly in your local area, all of them are the same. When you exit out of a certain airspace and go into another, when you go into the practice area, when you exit out of the practice area, when you're doing a variety of different things, you're making a lot of the same calls. So if you keep listening to other people do this, this can help ingrain it into your mind, and it's a great way for you to become better at radio comms. If you want some tips about how to become great at radio comms, where the video at? The video is on this channel. Link at the end of this video. Where them links be at? Boom! And then numero tres for free ways, the best free ways for you to become a better pilot. You and I and anybody watching this thing, you want to watch all 100, that's right, 100 videos on this channel about everything that you need to know for you to become a pilot. I strategically put all these videos here, not only to help me stay proficient, but for you and anyone else who wants to watch them to stay proficient as well. A lot of information that we have to learn and remember and know as pilots. We want to make sure that we all stay safe and that we all stay grounded. And a lot of that can happen by watching these free, fun videos on this page, and also commenting on those videos, putting in your 2 cents as we go along, and each one teach one and help each other rise and continue to get better as a pilot. A nice free resource is you can add to your arsenal. And these are 3 free ways that you and I and everyone watching can become better as a pilot. Don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. I am Donovan Batiste. Hey, this is Leadership Mindset. Big whoa. Subscribe to this channel. Love you one time.